you have fake hair too. Like, you trying to humiliate me?
So it was meant to be.
Yeah.
Put you on the show.
Yeah.
To be subjected.
Who else can take on all these bitches?
Right. Exactly.
Are you kidding me?
Different, divine, I am. You know it. Been different, divine, I am. You know it.
So Love Muffins, I'm so happy to say that we're here tonight with another Real Housewife of Atlanta. Kim, thank you so much for coming.
Thanks for having me.
So when I watch the show, I sometimes feel like everyone is kind of bullying you, or at different times they're always trying to pick a fight. So how do you feel about that? First it was Nene, then it was Sheree, and so how do you feel about, and then Lisa at some point?
Well, Lisa is a snooze fest. She's so boring. And Sheree's the same. Nene, she's pretty funny, I have to say.
And you got into it with Sheree on Ellen.
Sheree, because you know what? Bottom line is this, Sheree's like 40. I'm the youngest housewife. And Sheree's like 40 and she pulls my wig. Like, that's a no-no.
Like, she said she wanted just to shift it.
For what?
That's what she said. She just want to shift. She just want to shift it.
Well, for what?
You didn't see the interview? She was like, I just want to shift it.
I did see it.
I just want to shift it. You didn't see that?
For what?
I don't know.
You lunatic.
Because I was thinking, when I talked to Candy yesterday, I was like, if I was going to pull, I would pull it off. If you're going to pull it.
Yeah.
I don't understand a little tug. Yeah, if you're going to be about it, do it.
But that's like, the thing is you wanted to humiliate me. You were successful, and it bothered me. And then when I watched the footage, that night was really upsetting. It went on for a long time, an hour and a half. It wasn't what you saw.
Right.
And I would try to leave, they would follow me. I'd try to go back inside, they'd follow me. Everywhere I went.
They were corny you.
They were just, it was crazy. I didn't grow up that way. I was never in a position like that. And
so when she put her hands on your hair and pulled it, how did you feel in that moment?
Oh, I felt a couple things. I said my language was terrible, and I was like, you have fake hair too. Like, you trying to humiliate me? That's really nice. Because she knows what I've been through. And the fact that I didn't want to wear a wig 4 years ago. I had fantastic hair. And so to do that's really humiliating. Like, you dug deep, you dug low, you went low to do that to me. But at the end of the day, and on Ellen had asked her, like, why did you do that?
Right.
She said, well, Kim's a habitual liar. I have not yet once heard Nene.
So you were saying that she was writing bad checks?
No, she brought that up on Ellen.
Okay. So is she writing bad checks? Did you say she was writing bad checks?
Yeah.
She is writing bad checks.
She has in the past, but you know what? I've been broke. Like, that's not something you play around with. It's something that I said on the show that got me really irritated and I was embarrassed about. And I was like, you know what? Like, I don't appreciate you doing this. You want to call me out on something? I know so much about Nene and Sheree and have never, and would never to this very moment, divulge anything that I know. Because when they told me this information, they told me in confidence as their friend. We're not friends today. That is not a free pass for you to go and air dirty laundry.
Right.
With that being said, on Ellen, Sheree brought up the bounce check. She said Kim's a habitual liar. Nene, Lisa, nor Sheree have ever come up with one thing I've ever lied about.
Okay.
And Sheree just kept going. Ellen jumped on the couch.
Right. And I heard you guys got fined. Did you get fined? Something because someone cussed or something?
No, I hope I didn't get fined. Would I know? If I would know.
I remember when I watched the reunion special last year, and I was confused. So did you have cancer or not have cancer?
I never said I had cancer, ever.
Okay.
I never had cancer. They asked me in detail. We filmed for 7 hours. So there's a lot more that you don't see, and they just show you what they want to show you.
Okay.
And, I'm past all that. I'm healthy as hell.
Okay. So what exactly happened? Did you talk about it before?
I talked about the whole thing on the show, and they just edited it.
So what caused the issue with?
I'm just not going to get into it, but it's nothing that serious. We initially thought it was very serious. I mean, you take me today.
So you initially thought it was cancer?
I'm a nurse. I have a nursing degree.
Okay.
The doctor that was doing all of my testing and all of my, I just lost a bunch of weight. My hair was really brittle. My own hair was, about to here, beautiful. I just wasn't feeling right for a while. And, but he was a friend of mine. I worked for him.
Okay.
So he would tell me stuff on the inside that he wouldn't tell you because I'm a nurse and I worked for him. So his, a lot of the stuff was, this is what I'm leaning towards right now, but let's wait 2 weeks. Let's do this, let's do that, etc.
So what happened to Big Papa?
I don't know, you tell me.
Ow. So is Big Papa gonna in the future gonna be actually shown? Has he been shown yet?
He's out there.
He's out there. I'm sure people have found Big Papa. That is a big. How many carats is that?
I don't know exactly.
Oh my God. Does Big Papa have a gay brother?
And how is Big Papa with your children?
Fantastic. I'm not obviously home, and they called me yesterday on the way home from school, and said they wanted to see him. So they go and they hang out with him. I mean, we're a family. People have this idea that I'm this mistress, that he comes over and we're intimate and he leaves.
Okay, that's what
and
I'm
it's
talking
so wrong.
During the shoot where you were doing the alter egos with Derek Blanks, they were all the girls were saying, oh, you should be, she should have an easy time playing a mistress. That's what she is. She's a mistress. Everybody kept saying it. So do you feel like you're a mistress?
Two things. Number one, I was never told. Who would ever play the role of a mistress? Come on. Who would dress up as that? I was never what I was told. I was going to be my glamorous, blinged out, I love diamonds. I was going to be myself. And then my alter ego, which was myself. Black hair, conservative, pearls, washing an apron, etc. And then you have
So no
Kim.
one told you were going to play a mistress?
Never. Now, as Big Papa was legally married? Yes, legally married.
So technically you were a mistress.
No. Here's the thing. Okay, Sheree was going through a divorce for 3.5 years. Was she was dating? Does that mean that Sheree was cheating on her husband? No. They were separated, living separate lives, and they're going through a divorce. So people insinuate or make these, we're a family. We travel as a family. He's a huge part of my kids'
You
lives.
just didn't want to be on the show.
Well, Bravo. There's a lot of other stipulations. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah, it's fun. Look, everybody asks about him every interview.
Right, Big Papa.
Nobody's stupid.
I just like the name Big
That's
Papa.
what I call him, but that's what I call him, and I've always called him that. And he's not very tall, so.
Why didn't you want to do play the black girl in the alter ego shoot?
I just felt like it was a racial sensitivity thing. I just felt like it just wasn't really smart. I have a lot
I actually agree with that.
of black friends, and it's just crossing the line. I think that there's some other things I could have done. And not a mistress. That was not even in the cards.
Right.
But I just felt like, nah, that's kind of a little too much.
How do you feel about being the only white housewife on the show?
I never felt or saw the color until yesterday. And I'll tell you why.
Okay.
I went and did Brian McKnight's show with the girls yesterday.
Yes.
And Brian says, why do you guys think that you're so successful? And they all said, because we're brown. We got brown skin. And I didn't say nothing. I just sat there to myself and I was like.
So they said the reason why they are so successful is because they have brown skin.
And that was the very first time to date that I ever really saw the color. I ever looked around and saw the girls and I'm by myself in a way. I felt like, well, hello, I'm over here. Before that, I never really saw. I don't look at people and say I'm the only white girl. I will say it's very beneficial when they're like, hey, Kim from the Real Housewives? And they're like, Kim, and they're like, the only white one.
Right.
The token white chick,
It's easier to.
Yeah, so it's
to be
fantastic. If I was on Orange County, they would be like the blonde one. Well, which one? But I don't see color. I never have. Until yesterday.
Wow. So how did you get on the show anyway? How did that come about?
Nene.
Nene.
I knew Nene, and I had met Sheree through Nene, but Sheree and I weren't really close, and Nene had said she was filming a pilot. And I said, oh, okay, I'll go film it with you. And they wanted all African American. They'd never, ever had any plans of having me, ever. And I filmed the pilot, and they sent the footage to Bravo, and Bravo was like, we're going to keep her.
Wow.
I was like that little.
So it was meant to be.
Yeah.
Put you on the show.
Yeah.
To be subjected.
Who else
to
can
all
take
the
on all
drama.
these bitches?
Right.
Are you
exactly.
kidding me? I really look at it like they've made me so much stronger, and I literally do take on Nene, Lisa, and Sheree.
I keep saying it's gonna be one episode, you're just gonna go off and lose it. Sort of like how Elizabeth.
I've lost it. I lost it when Sheree touched my hair and that kind of thing. That's crossing the line. We can exchange words. It's okay to disagree.
Right.
And it's okay to exchange words. And sometimes we may lose our cool.
But don't touch me.
But don't touch me.
Right.
That's what
And I consider, and I, oftentimes wear a weave too. And I consider that to be a part of my body.
Right.
Don't touch me.
Right.
I
just felt like.
She did say she just wanted to shift it.
What if somebody wanted?
I don't get that.
I don't get that either. I don't get it either. But why do they rag on me for wearing? She wears pieces. Sheree, that's not her real hair.
Right.
Nene wears a wig. Like I don't get why it's so serious.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? I talk about it now, and now I'm doing.
And then you're doing a wig line.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So I think it's.
And you're also doing music. So how excited are you about your music?
Well, Candy took a risk.
Yes.
Really took a risk. Took a lot of heat last year for the footage that was shown between Dallas and I. And
He has some not so nice things to say about you.
yeah.
How do you feel?
Well,
about
he
that?
has a lot of. He doesn't say a lot of nice things about anybody. Christina Aguilera, Britney. You know what I mean? He has. I just think he has his moments.
That's just who he is. You would say.
I have nothing bad to say about him. I don't appreciate some of the things that he said about me, and I've never done anything to him. I will say this: if I was Dallas Austin and I agreed to be on the show and to be in the studio, and the footage that was aired was humiliating for both me and for Dallas, and to be as successful as Dallas is, it's humiliating. So I get that, but don't take it out on me.
It's an all-night runway war. Will the judges give me a score? Don't stop now, bitch, give me some more. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's an all-night runway war. Will the judges give me a score? Don't stop now, bitch, give me some more. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4.
Yeah, baby, don't be late. I'll meet you at the place. I've been waiting for this day. It's a weekend, let's celebrate. And I think that people have this preconceived notion that I'm a mistress. That's not who I am. My husband cheated on me. I don't do that kind of stuff.
I am, you